Check on our steak. Beautiful. Today, we're making a very summery steak salad with some coriander and some mint. Let's do it. First, we sear the steak. Today, I'm using the chuck end of a ribeye, but you can use any steak for this recipe. Perfect. Hot pan, high smoke point oil. In this case, vegetable oil. Once the oil starts to shimmer, steak goes in. Lay it away from you to avoid splashing. That's the sound you want to hear. And you press to maximize the area that's in contact with the very hot pan. This is what makes meat taste meaty. The Maillard reaction. Protein reacting to high heat. While that's searing, we prepare our herb salad. First, we have some shallots. Raw shallots or red onions, they really cut through the fattiness of the steak and balance it really well. Relatively thin, if you can. You can use a slicer or a mandolin. We pick a bit of mint. Check on our steak. Beautiful browning. Some coriander. If you don't like coriander, you can use parsley. I would say 2:1 is the ratio between coriander to mint. 2 parts coriander, 1 part mint. And again, I like to keep it quite rustic. The stalks are very flavorful, so I like to keep them and chop them quite coarse. Can also add a bit of texture. Check on our steak. You want the steak to get to 45 degrees Celsius, and the resting would bring it up to 54, which is medium rare, and that's how I like my steaks. Now, normally I rest my steak on a wire rack, but today, to form part of the sauce, I'm going to rest the steak directly on the serving plate, so that the meat juices will emulsify with the olive oil and the lime juice to form a very simple and light and summery dressing for our herb salad. So all we have to do now is to let the steak rest for 5 to 10 minutes. What resting does is we're evening out the temperature gradient within the steak. If you think about it, the outside is subjected to extremely high heat, while the inside was still cold when it touched the pan. Of course, we leave all the meat juices on the plate. Now, for steak salads, instead of just carving it thin, I like to remove the eye from the cap, the spinalis dorsi, which is my favorite part of the steak, so that you don't have these bits of uneven fat when you're eating the steak. Now, carve the eye thinly. Beautiful pink. Perfect. For the spinalis dorsi, I like them relatively chunkier. And now we add our herb salad. Some lime juice. And a bit of lime zest. A bit of olive oil. And just a touch more black pepper. It looks so healthy because you can't even see the steak anymore. And there you have it. One of my favorite summer steak recipes. This is ribeye steak with a herb salad of coriander and mint. I really hope you enjoy.